Gentlemen, you had my curiosity, but now you have my attention.
The Buffalo Bills, you have my attention. Goodness gracious, did they beat the shit out of the Washington? We had so much to say.
That was so aggressive,
Washington.
but that's exactly what it felt like.
I mean, what else is there to say? Next gen stats. Sam Howell was pressured on 69% of his dropbacks today, which is the highest rate in the next gen era. He was sacked 9 times. What else is there to say?
I was looking up sack records like in the first half. I was looking at the Pro Football Reference, like most sacks through 3 games. I was trying, like Josh McCown was up there, so that kind of ruined it for me.
And part of that was him holding on to the ball. We talked about that even with our tepid excitement about Washington's offense that we discussed earlier in the week. He is one to hold onto the ball and eat some sacks.
Yep.
But that was not the only problem. The front for Buffalo got after them every single way you could imagine. And it was combined with just real veteran play on the back end. Like that Micah Hyde interception, he triggers so fast on that route to the flat. Tre'Davious White doesn't take the cheese for a single moment on that out and up where he picks that ball off. It was a real complete performance from a Bills defense that, I think we're excited about, but really did take it to a Washington offense that had been playing pretty well for the first couple weeks of the season.
I was curious if the Bills defense could hold the fort until reinforcements came, i.e. Von Miller, and wait till he comes around. I mean, this was being more than holding the fort. This was being the attacker. This was, like you said, I loved how you just described it, that veteran, like kind of coverage play. That's what even the Trey White play in the end zone felt like a veteran play, but that squeezing anaconda Bills coverage along with the defensive hockey rotations going on the defensive line. And they just got after him. 15 QB hits, 10 TFLs, 5 passes deflected. And it's just that it was what we know. It was like a classic, like Bills defensive performance and really like almost a classic overall. The offense had some ups and downs. That Commanders defense is legit. And they had some ups and downs, and it's Josh Allen magic plays sprinkled in, throws and runs. And this was the classic Bills formula.
I loved the formula on offense. So I'm with you. The defense was fantastic in that exact way. You know what was encouraging is it was a classic Bills defensive performance with splash moments from new faces. That's how you sustain being really good in the NFL. Yes. We know Micah Hyde, we know Jordan Poyer, we know Trey White, we know Ed Oliver, we know Greg Rousseau, even if they're on a little bit on the younger side. But for Terrell Bernard to have as many splash plays as he did in this game. And then Leonard Floyd had back-to-back sacks. One was a coverage sack, but one was a nasty ghost rush that he got home on. So that's what's cool to see is that we know a lot of these guys, but some of the newcomers also contributed to this. And the formula on offense was awesome. It was such it was such a great combination of everything you want the Bills to be. The run game is they didn't run the ball extremely efficiently in this game, but they could lean on it. They got enough out of it. Couple shot plays. That touchdown throw to Gabe Davis is absolutely gorgeous.
Tremendous.
And those are the types of shots you want to see them take. Like when you're built like Josh Allen, you want to take those shots. You just don't want it to be the entirety of the offense.
Yep.
And I thought the offensive line was awesome in this game. Josh Allen mitigates it, right? He does a very good job of getting out of pressure. But even when you take that into account, he was hit one time in this game against that Washington offensive line. Was not sacked, was hit one time in this game.
That's ridiculous.
I thought that group played well, even with him kind of erasing some of the smaller mistakes in those moments. This offense that we wanted to see from Buffalo, where they can run the ball efficiently when they need to, they can hold up in pass protection. This was it against one of the top 10 defenses in the league. I think you can say pretty comfortably.
Yep. And their additions on offense too, like Osiris Torrance. It was like, he's already looked the part. He's exactly okay. Yes. It's a guard and everything, but they can
both
just have really. They just have a nice steadying presence on the offense. And the run game that they showed, especially last week against the Raiders, it's getting more expansive. They're figuring out when to use it, when to lean on it, when to let Josh go, when to rein him back in and like get more of that steady run presence. And even having just like, it's pretty funny, like Latavius Murray and Damian Harris both had the exact same like attempts, yards, and like long. I think they were like 3 for 15, both had a long of 9, something funny like that. But that's exactly what their role is.
That sounds right.
Yeah, and like it's like that's what they're just the jabs, just boom, 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 boom. Okay, James Cook, you get the explosive plays. Josh Allen, you get the explosive plays. When you're playing a top tier defense like this, top tier is you need the explosives. You can't go toe to toe with them, so you need to live off that way and just do enough to keep your baseline high.
But they're always going to come. They're always going to come when he's your quarterback, and I think that's the best part about this is that trust that they're going to come. You don't have to stretch yourself. You don't have to put yourself in bad spots as you hunt them. Over the course of the game, within the rhythm of the game, they are going to present themselves, whether it's that shot to Gabe Davis, the play on the first drive of the game. I think it's third down. They glove it up.
When he scrambles.
He extends outside the pocket to the right. Diggs takes it vertical. He hits him for a huge chunk gain. Those are going to happen when this guy is your quarterback. Not getting too far ahead of yourself and stressing to make them happen. That's the version of this team I want to see, and that's the version we've seen over the last 2 weeks.
It's just that now they've won in two different ways. Last week was a balanced game. This was the classic formula. It's so nice because they have that kaiju at QB. So it's like you say, they always have that. So it's just let's have the other baselines be high. It was awesome. I mean, honestly, it's like felt very what you want to see a Bills team do against an overwhelmed opponent.
So they get next week.
Oh yeah, Dolphins, right?
Bills Dolphins next week.